Okay, that's the trailer that I have going on in the beginning of this. Testing, 1, 2, 3, testing, ollie, oxen free. Now I know ollie, oxen free. Ellie, are you there? Girl, are you there? Oh, I can hear myself. Present! I am here. Thank you guys for coming in, liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. My name is LA, pronounced like LA, like the city. I'm not from there, but I'm breezy. Thank you so much for pressing the like button on your way in. It's going to be another glorious video. I've graduated from all of these bonus videos. And now we're just going to get, oh my gosh, multitasking is L-A-K-I-N-D, not doggone it now. Yeah, I got on this live and forgot how to spell stuff. L-A-K-I-N-D, the VID. Thank you for coming in. Let me push the thumbs up right there, guys. The glorious time right now is 7:27 a.m. ET time in the glorious state of Georgia. Where are you guys coming in at? If you don't mind, you can drop down where you coming in from, what time it is over now, where you at, all that cool stuff. Do you guys watch the Joe Budden Podcast? Or yes or no, do you watch or listen to it? That's what we're going to ask today in the next survey. Do you watch / listen to the podcast, y'all? Put it up there for me. And that's the question mark of the day and post. All right, we're going to get right into it. Shouts out first and foremost to my cool peeps. And second of all, the replay squad. Y'all have been really holding it down. Round of applause for my replay squad. Thank you so much, replay squad. I really appreciate you guys showing up and coming through. So, LA, why are you talking about this subject? Are Emanny and Joe Budden going at it again? Yes, unfortunately, they have to be going at it again. There's something going on around there on the set of the JBP. But when is there not a time where something is going on there, right? Exactly. But what caused me to do a light research, a little investigation on my own was because I do listen to Danny with the stop, and then I also listen to Elevation. Now, Elevation, he was going in so much to the point about this particular podcast on the Joe Buddens. When he was doing the recap, he had to put a warning sign in the description saying y'all might want to turn y'all headphones down because he was about to rant. And rant he did, and yes, I had to turn down my earmuffs. I'm like, what is going on to have him coming out of pocket, outside of his body, like James Brown said in the beginning of the James Brown movie? Get on up, get on up, get on up. So I'm like, why is he tripping? So what's going on is Emanny, Elevation was saying that Emanny was on the good foot doing things right, and people been encouraging him to keep going. But now it's like he's going back down into the sunken place of the white couch, the part of the couch on the Joe Budden podcast that never gets shot in the podcast itself. The part of the couch where it's the corners that nobody think about. Well, Emanny's sinking back down into the sunken place of the JBP couch, let's say. And having said that, it's because of this whole situation where Emanny was basically talking about some, man, getting it out the mud, man, blah, blah, blah. I don't believe in all that. And I'm like, what do you mean you don't believe in that? How else you gonna get anything done? The world wasn't built in one day, and it came from the mud, right? You know what I'm saying? Get it out the mud. So it just caused a whole segment where Elevation was just tripping over the fact that how could he say that he don't believe in that? How else are businesses and foundations built Even if they're done the wrong way, businesses and foundations are relatively still what started from the mud, you know? So that's why he was ranting. And I'm like, oh man, this isn't looking good, because wasn't it just not so long ago Emanny was in the hot seat for doing a few things that didn't bode well with the network itself? It didn't put the network in a good light at all. So that prompted me to want to get on the line on YouTube, or what is this, AI Overview, and see exactly what's going on. And man, thanks to AI Overview, it provided more than what I was looking for. So you can buckle in if you want to. But having said that, this is what prompted me to want to write it. Why is Joe Budden upset with Emanny? Joe Budden and his podcast co-host Emanny have a history of public tension, with new issues and disputes often arising. The latest conflict on October 25 appears to be an escalation of two prior events from earlier in the year, y'all. A podcast confirmation and a physical altercation during a separate streaming event. Y'all ready for more? It's a timeline. It's got August 2025 podcast confrontation. Do you guys remember the podcast confrontation? In August 2025, Emanny drew widespread attention for throwing an object at co-host Mark Lamont Hill. I saw that during the taping of the Joe Budden podcast. The incident took place during an argument where Emanny threw a coffee cup at Hill, y'all. The conflict was a major topic of discussion among fans and led to speculation that Emanny might be removed from the show. I mean, you just cannot be throwing stuff at people like that. Now on these reality TV shows, the girls get catty and they be throwing water on one another, but that's the reality TV show, and this is Joe Budden Podcast. That is not the same. It's like, what are we doing here? February 2025, y'all. We still in the same year, and the problem list is continuing. February 25th, February 20th, 2025, a physical fight. Y'all ready? In February 2025, Emanny was involved in a physical fight during a 24-hour room challenge hosted by Queen's Flip. Details circulated on social media, with Budden alluding to Emanny's behavior during the separate incident. Later, Emanny suggested Budden have fired him as a result of the altercation, while Budden claimed he did not need to. So, I mean, the beat goes on. It seems like they're extending, and this is more than an olive branch. I mean, you just cannot be doing stuff like this. I mean, it's a job. It's a good paying job with so many opportunities. We're just moving forward. October, this month, y'all, of 2025, this is the fallout. Buckle up your seatbelts. The simmering tension escalated in October 2025 after a clip of a heated argument between Mark Lamont Hill and Queen's Flip went viral. Budden deliberately released the clip, reportedly against Emanny's wishes, which seemed to reference earlier conflicts and reignited old tensions. It appears this recent podcast clip served as a fresh source of contention between Budden and Emanny. Who in the world was expecting to have all this? All I asked was one question, and within that one question, it gave me a timeline of other stuff. I'm going in. It's got a deeper dive, y'all. Let's see what else is to dig up. Once again, I'm reading this directly from the script. AI is subject to mistakes. AI is subject to mistakes. So I'm going in the deeper dive. For all of you who don't know, the deeper dive sounds a little redundant, but within that is also seasoning the steak with different ingredients. So it'll have different fillers in there, right? Why is Joe Budden upset with Emanny again? Recent tension between Joe Budden and Emanny stems from Emanny's history of disruptive behavior, which escalated into a physical altercation with Mark Lamont Hill during a podcast related event in 2025. Is this year, y'all. Is this year. This incident, following an early on-camera fight in February 2025, led to Emanny's suspension from the Joe Budden Podcast. Now, you have to be doing something really tough to get fired from there, because it seems like they give these people lots of chances, like a fistful of chances. A fistful of tears. Shouts out Maxwell. Well, on the podcast, they give people a fistful of chances, and they just burn right through them. Boy, if I worked a job where they gave me fistfuls of chances, I wouldn't be having so many jobs under my belt. The conflict is a result of Emanny's repeated actions, which Budden viewed as a liability to his brand. If it don't fit, I must have quit. Thank you. Timeline of the conflict. February 2025, Emanny was suspended from the podcast after getting into an on-camera fight during a 24-hour room challenge run by fellow podcast host Queen Flip. August 2025, that wasn't so long ago. This wasn't so long ago. During the podcast recording, Emanny had an escalating argument with co-host Mark Lamont Hill. Emanny physically snapped and knocked over Hill's coffee, which Hills referenced publicly while threatening a lawsuit. Man, we getting into lawsuits. Why can't we all just get along? Being a YouTube content creator, once you arrive, it's one of the most plush jobs you could ever have if you are a creative person. Podcast radio is one of the plush jobs one could ever have, ever, if that's what you're into. Thank you guys so much for pressing the like button. We have a little bit more to go. October 2025, tensions heightened further when co-host Queens Flip and Mark Lamont Hill had a heated argument on the Patreon version of the show. Emanny jumped in to question if the footage should be released, but Budden immediately overrode him, announcing the footage would be made public. We've got underlining issues, y'all. Underlining issues and contributing factors. What's going on? Shouts out to you, the hen den. What's going on? Yes, the morning moo and the heezy, man. Thank you for coming in on the morning moos. This is a bonus video, kinda. We're talking about Joe Budden and Emanny. Are they friends or not? Because they're getting into it again. For those of you who follow the JVP. Oh, man. So it's got some underlining issues up in here, y'all. Brand liability, professional boundaries, legal threats, financial disagreements. That's enough right there to cause up a ruckus. So let's read through all of these bullet points and see what happens. So underlining issues and contributing factors as to why Joe Budden is once again upset with Emanny. Under the brand liability section, it says Budden has grown increasingly. Adding up the ways, Budden has grown increasingly frustrated with Emanny's aggressive and unpredictable behavior, which he perceives as a liability that threatens the podcast's business and reputation. Now, you can't be going around there tearing up the place and then still expecting the paycheck. Professional boundaries. Professional boundaries. Reddit threads from podcast fans suggest that Budden is taking a harder stance on his co-host behavior and professional conduct after facing public fallout from previous conflicts with Rory and Mal. The Rory and Mal. Now, that's a side note. Are they starting to fall apart now? Is the new Rory and Mal show started to come undone? Are you starting to see cracks in the wall? I hope that's not true, man. I just want people to make it. That's pretty much it. I just want folks to win. Thank you guys for pressing the thumbs up. We have 2 more bullet points on here. Maybe 3. I done lost my place afterwards. Let me see. We have professional boundaries. Oh, nope, I read that. So legal threats. After the altercation with Hill, Emanny reportedly made legal threats against Budden and manager Ian Schwartz, further escalating the situation. Y'all, this just don't make sense. And financial disagreement. Speculation has been raised by fans on Reddit about potential financial abuse related to Budden's business dealings, though no concrete evidence has been made public. Every time there's some type of falling out, it seems to always encompass and embody shmoney. Moving forward, thank you so much. We have 2 people who have participated in today's survey. Now we doing great because last time we were on here, I think we had the total collection of 0 who participated in the survey. We are moving on up, y'all. So do you watch and or listen to the Joe Budden Podcast? Half of y'all said yes. Half of y'all said no. I'm part of the half that says yes. Now, I don't follow it religiously, but it's good to have in the background. The podcasts are really long, so I speed it up so I can get through it, but I still enjoy it, you know? So that's where I'm at on that. Word on the curve that there may be some news coming out if you aren't following Patreon. But word on the curve is there might be an update about what's actually going on with Melissa. Who knows? But I'm thinking that fire is finally starting to die down in reference to her. The smoke is starting to clear. Like I said, Don't Call Me White Girl is on there. And it seems as though she is standing up for her rights. You ain't gonna be not including me in them jokes. Okay, it's a overreaction, but she is using her voice. She is clearly making her voice known of what she likes and what she don't likes, you know. So we'll see what happens on there. My name is LA, pronounced like LA City. I'm not from there, but I'm breezy. Thank you so much for liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Oh, look, we have 2 thumbs up already, and I'm not being sarcastic in this live stream. Shouts out to all the people who came in, and a big old digital hug to my replay squad. Y'all have been holding it down. Tomorrow, if you're interested, 5 a.m., your boy Hercules the Shark, back by popular demand, will be on the platform at 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. For a 30-minute set, he will be talking about his life underwater. After that, once again, your boy Hercules the Shark will be coming on with another segment talking about the latest music news. So if you're into music, join us on Fish Fry Fridays with Hercules the Shark and Fusion Fridays Music with Hercules the Shark. Thank you so much for doing all the things that we always say on the repetitive, liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Until next video, have a good day, y'all. Bye-bye now.